Well, hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day. And today we're going to talk about some indie makeup brand products. So I have 10 different products here from 10 different indie brands and I want to talk about these things. If you don't know what an indie brand is, it is a company not owned by a giant corporation, which a ton of them are. Like most mainstream brands you see are owned by something bigger, and these are just individual owners and stuff. So that's what I want to talk about today, or individual owners, individual like group of people, you know. But I want to talk about these things today. Social appreciation for indie brands. It's something I've been trying to focus on a lot last year and this year, is purchasing from smaller brands. So that's why I have a bunch of these products. Some of these products I have mentioned before, but talking about things that I relatively use like a lot of the time, these are the things that came to mind. So without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. If you follow any of these guys on Instagram or something, comment and let them know that I sent you. It'd be fun, and let's get started. Okay guys, so first things first, what made me really want to do this video is like I really keep reaching for this palette a lot, and like it's really cute. I've talked about this brand before. We talked about them a lot in Unfiltered Opinions videos. It's like first things coming out and everything, but it's what's on my eyeshadow today. I've been wearing this for a while, so don't judge it. This wing got away from me. This one looks good, but like it's a mix of like a mustardy and like a green color, and it's been on for like 2 hours now. It still looks really fresh, and it is the Menagerie Cosmetics Killer Purr palette. This palette is so good. Like it's so beautiful. The artwork on the front of their palettes and stuff is awesome. I remember when they were Makeup Monsters Cosmetics. I actually still have a Makeup Monsters product. It's their hair dye. It hasn't gone bad on me. So I have like stuff in their old original brand too. But here is the inside of the eyeshadow palette from Menagerie, their newer brand. So here it is. This one is kind of messy looking, but that's my own fault. I kind of scraped off the top layer of it because it was just kind of gross from shipping and stuff. So I just scraped the top off. It looks weird, but the palette's beautiful. It still performs fine. I'm using this shade, this shade, this shade, and this one on my lid. So I'm using 4 shades from this palette for today's look. It's so cute. Like there's something about this, has like it has mustardiness to it. It has like a little bit of a grunge vibe. If you take away this blue shade, that's very grungy. It looks so pretty, and like honestly I keep like having phases with this palette. So I've had it for a while now and I'll like be obsessed with it, and then I won't use it for a really long time, and then I'm like, ooh, this is here again, and I'll reach for it a lot, and that's what I'm doing right now. Like this is a beautiful palette. I love the quality of their shadows. They are kind of pricey. Sometimes indie brands, because you have to order them in less quantities, it makes the price higher. They're a little more expensive, but like for the quality and everything, it's so good. It's so good. Also, with these big lashes on, I keep getting shadows with this lighting. I don't know what to do, you guys. I just bought like a new extra long light and everything, but something about this setup just makes my shadows weird. So I'm working on it, trying my best, but lights are expensive, and I just bought a new one, and like I can't afford to buy another one right now, but like I'm trying, okay? I don't think my lighting's that bad to try to like worry about fixing it too much immediately, but just know that I know there's an issue. But this is a fantastic palette and I love it. Okay, so I try not to overwhelm these videos with palettes and stuff, so I only have one other palette. This brand is something I love a lot of things from, and like when I was picking out indie products, I was like, ooh, do I want to talk about this product or this product for this brand? But I'm going to talk about the eyeshadow because it's kind of what they're known for, and it's Lethal Cosmetics. Now this is one of their eyeshadow palettes, which I think is so pretty. It's like their newest eyeshadow palette, I think. And again, I think I like this one for the grungy tones. It is kind of a similar color story a little bit to the other one. Not the same at all, but like has some similar tones, which makes me really like it. Like the greens, the yellowy kind of shades and stuff. And this also has like nice shimmers to go on the lid that are very subtle. So honestly, Lethal Cosmetics has a lot of great products. I would suggest their like face powders and stuff for contours or bronzers or blushes. They're really nice. They also have liquid lipsticks, but like this palette is like a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color scheme that like I could totally use all the time. Now we're done with eyeshadow palettes. I have a face palette to talk about. This is a brand you've probably heard before, but I can't help that I really like it. It's Lunar Beauty. I have all the palettes from Lunar Beauty now, I think, and I have their face palette, which is the Moon Prism blush. This is such a good blush palette because a lot of the times with blush, they're either way too subtle or they're way too impactful, like that full face first impression that I did of Sister Cosmetics last week. It was too much, super like too much. But these are like a good in between. So they have only one is a shimmer, which is this one right here. It's kind of hard for me to tell on camera, but honestly, I wish he had more glowy blushes. I know he said he only put one in here because he doesn't use glowy blushes himself. It's Mandy NUA's brand, but they're so good. Even like this brown tone where I was like, I probably won't be able to use that, or this one, I can actually. I don't use this one quite as much. I do use this one a lot because I like a mauvier kind of blush, but it's so good. Like I just mix into like 3 shades at a time. I can put it on my face. The mattes have kind of a satiny texture to them. They're not super dry looking matte on the skin. They have a good amount of pigmentation without being overwhelming. They are more muted colors, so it's kind of hard to go wrong with these, and it's lovely. Like it's really cute. Even the orange shade is really pretty. I've really been into orange blush lately, and it's not just because my hair is orange. Okay, so next up is another brand that I was like, ooh, I have several products from these brands that I really enjoy, but I decided to go ahead and use the one that was on my face today because I'm like, well, I can talk about it and I'm wearing it. So it is from Give Me Glow Cosmetics, who has great eyeshadow. Their shimmer eyeshadows are out of this world beautiful. Like their metallic-y shades are phenomenal. Also their highlighters are beautiful, but they are on the glittery side, so be aware of that in case you're not into that kind of vibe. But I chose the Sugar Cookie setting powder. So this one's called Sugar Cookie. I've used it a ton. Like, I have some in there, right? But it's not like the most in the world. I've used it a ton. It is such a good setting powder. It's lovely. I have to like really like do that to get some on the top these days. It has some tint to it, so it's not a clear setting powder, but they do have different colors. This one works me just fine with a slight tint to it. I don't mind a slightly tinted setting powder as long as it's not super yellow, and this one is not super yellow. It is fluffy, it is pretty, it is not too light on the skin where you know your foundation is going to get a little oily throughout the day. It definitely does lock it down, but it doesn't make you look super matte or anything. So I think it just gives a really good finish to the skin. Even though you can't really tell with everything on like what the setting powder looks on my skin, I can just tell you how it performs when I use it, you know? Another brand, which I have given a bad review on one of their eyeshadow palettes before, but I have no other issues with this brand. Their other products are beautiful, especially their highlighters. That's what I'm talking about today, and it is OMFG Cosmetics. Their highlighters are so freaking good. This one is called Cinderella. It's like a little trio. It is so pretty. Also, their Playdate Pinky Pinky highlighter is beautiful. This one just has so many cute tones to it. There's a blue in there, which seemed a little intimidating at first, but it's definitely not. I'll go ahead and swatch all the colors together for you. It's a beautiful metallic highlighter-y part. You get more of the yellow on the skin than you do the blue, and I just think it's so pretty. This makes a really pretty inner corner highlight, as long as I avoid the blue because I do have a lot of blue veins in my inner portion of my nose right here. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful highlighter, you guys, and I'll be honest, I don't care for the packaging. I feel like the packaging is a little on the kitty side, but it's super cute. Quality-wise anyways, it's really pretty. Okay, so next up is a bigger indie brand. Again, like Lunar Beauty, they have like a big following and stuff, but I am an affiliate with this brand. I'll leave their affiliate link down below. I don't think I've ever like promoted the affiliate link for, but it is Gerard Cosmetics, and this is their eyelid primer. This is Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Base. They have like 4 different shades, I think. I think they have a dark, medium, fair, and a white one. The fair and the white ones are the ones that I use. The medium one is too dark for me, so just in case you're wondering what skin tone is best for you, if you're similar to me, medium will be a little too dark, but they have fair. That's the one I use today for my eyelid primer. It's what I usually use for my eyelid primer. Unless I'm doing something super colorful, then I'll use the white one. But it is just a little paint pod looking thing. It is messy. Like if you store this and if you put it in a travel bag with you, it's gonna get all over the lid. It's gonna be really messy. So I really wish there was like a pop cap kind of deal for that. But the quality of the eyelid primer itself is super good. Now I've never tried something like a P. Louise eye base. I want to, but I've never tried it personally. That's what I really compare this to. It is more liquidy and easier to spread than a MAC paint pot for an eyelid primer if you're into that kind of deal. But when people use the P. Louise, that's the one I think of. I'm like, oh, I can use this one instead because it really does the same effect when I see it used on camera, and it's really nice. Like again, the container's messy, which I wish they would improve on. Maybe they will in the future. But it's really nice quality. Like I use it all the time. Like I've made a pretty good dent in the fair one. I haven't made such as much of a dent in the white one, but the fair one I use on the regular. Honestly, I just tap it on my finger and blur it out. It's the easiest way to blend it out really easily. Okay, next up, I am a huge drag fan. I love local drag bars. I love Drag Race from every country. I love local performers. I just love the artistic transformation of drag. So anytime there's a drag queen with a brand, I'm kind of like, what you got? And this is Chi Chic Beauty. I do think the name is really long. It's Kimchi, the makeup artist, drag performer, finalist from Drag Race. Chic Beauty, the Chic Beauty. I think you could have just said Kimchi Beauty and it would have been fine. The Kimchi Chic Beauty just is a really long title for me. But this is the most concealer. They also have eyeshadows. They have other things too. And their setting powder is phenomenal too. Like for the price point, the Kimchi setting powder, probably you're getting the best price for how much you get because you get a ton of it. But I already talked about setting powder today, so I want to talk about a concealer. Now, this is the most concealer. It says conceal, cover, correct, and contour. These come in tons of different shades. They come in a ton of different color correcting shades too. If you need that kind of thing in your life, I personally don't usually color correct unless I'm feeling horrible about myself, then I just tap on a little eyeshadow in my eye and call it a color corrector. But the concealer is really nice. Obviously, you can see I've made a pretty good dent in it. This is very fair for me, so I do mix it with a darker shade. This one is in, I don't know what color I got. Oh, ivory. I got ivory. So it comes with this little brush tip wand, which a lot of people like. You just squeeze it and it puts product onto the wand and you apply it like so. I do feel like that's a little unsanitary. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I prefer a wand. Personally, you can put a wand in this kind of squeezy tube and get a lot of product out of it. So the applicator isn't my favorite thing in the world. I will give my critiques and things where I see fit, but it does a really good job of concealer. Like, it is a medium to full coverage concealer, more towards the full coverage end, but you can still see discoloration through it sometimes, which is why they probably have a ton of color correctors. But honestly, fantastic for the price, as well as that setting powder for that price. Now the eyeshadow, I have a little bit of critiques with. I don't feel like it's the best eyeshadow in the world, but the eyeshadow is also really affordable and they have really cute color schemes. So absolutely not perfect, but absolutely worth the price. Next up, let's talk about my lipstick that I'm wearing today. This is a brand that used to be Bear, I think. I don't know what happened. It used to be in Ulta stores. It's not in Ulta stores anymore, but this is beautiful. I wish their Orba Light palette had just like one shimmer in it. That's all I wanted, because it was all matte. That's all I wanted from that palette, was one shimmer. But their liquid lipsticks are so good and I want to invest in more, but you know, expenses and stuff and paying for shipping is like, But anyways, I will buy more stuff later. I just, every time I pick out one of their colors, I want to pick out one color and I'm like, I have to get at least two to make the shipping worth it, you know? But anyways, this is Black Moon Cosmetics. This is their Haunting liquid lipstick. Like, the color is so pretty. They have so many unique colors. They have like mustardy tones. They have really burnt, fun colors. It just seems like every time I go to place an order with them, it's always one color that I really want. And the rest of them, like, I don't know about. But like, they are so pretty. The formula is very comfortable. You can feel it on your lips. It does feel like you're wearing a liquid lipstick. Some liquid lipsticks feel like nothing. You can feel this one, but it's not very drying. It feels comfortable and flexible. It's also decently easy to remove. It's just so pretty. Like, the formula is fantastic. I love the dark aesthetic of things too. Like, anything with a dark aesthetic, I'm here for. Give me that alt style. Give me that alt everything. You're making a whole brand that's alt themed? Oh, I will follow you on Instagram and probably buy your stuff. Speaking of alt brand and alt themed things, this is an indie brand that I bought from a while ago, and I've used one of the pairs of lashes that I ordered instead of I've ordered two pairs. I've only worn one so far, but I quite enjoy it, and it is Fire Vixen lashes. Now, if there's any like indie brands that's like alternative or witchy or spooky themed, I follow. So this is one of the brands that I had an eye on for a while and I decided to go ahead and purchase from. Fire Vixen lashes has tons of styles. This is the one I've used the most. It is called Munessa, which looks like, it's kind of hard to tell. Maybe I just opened it up, but like, since I've worn them, they're not perfect looking. They have a good thickness, a good clumpiness to the styles of lashes, and I really like them. Now, they do take a little bit of wiggling to make them lay flat on my lashes, but I don't really mind it as long as they look really pretty style-wise. This one is Medusa, which look like this. Again, very chunky, flary styles, which I really enjoy, and I think the packaging on these, like the little gold accents, is super, super cute. So I really like this. It says, "I'll look like a doll forever, wanted but never got." Oh, the doll I ever wanted and forgot. This one says, "She is beautiful, but her looks kill." I love alternative themed stuff, you guys, so I was here for these, and they're really nice lashes. Okay, lastly is from Freck. Now, Freck is kind of expensive. I'm gonna admit it. I pre-ordered the Freck Extra Large, which is this one, and I got a discounted price on it, so I didn't feel as bad about it. It's a little expensive. There's a lot of freckle pens on the market and stuff, but these from Freck actually blend out really nice. They are on the warmer side. They are more towards the red, so if you are really cool toned, maybe you need to like pay attention to how you're blending these out. You can't just leave them how they blot out. You gotta blot them out really well. If you have more of a warm skin tone, you could probably just dot them and leave them if you wanted. So Freck is just a pen, like it's like an ink thing. So it's like a little ink drippy wand. You go boop, 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 boop. You have some freckles, and then I just take my finger again, tap over them, and it blends them out to smaller pieces. I hope you guys could tell what I was doing there. These are a little warm, but compared to the Colourpop pens, which were horrible, the Lottie London ones, which are good, but sometimes they kind of, the wand is a little thicker and it kind of smears on me a little bit. This one I don't have any problem using. I don't usually get too big of droplets of freckles on my face, and I think it's really nice. So it's a brand that's expanding their products and where they're sold at, so I figured I would mention this one as well since it's growing. Anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and joining me for this. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I like talking about indie brands and stuff because I feel like some of these brands maybe you haven't heard of. Maybe you have. Like, let me know what your favorite product is from them if you have heard of them. And also leave me suggestions down below of indie brands that you love products from that I should try. Like, don't give me anything if you haven't tried it, because like, what if it's bad? But like, if it's alternative themed or you tried it and you really like it, let me know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to this point in the video, check out my Instagram bio. I have something coming out next week that you really might be excited about, because I am. That's all I'm going to say. But if you made it to this point in the video, you deserve that little extra something something. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.